Greetings and welcome to your oracle message for the day. This is a collective reading and it is timeless, so whenever you get this message, it is the right time for you to be receiving this information. You are asking for some clarification or guidance from the universe, God, source, and this is the result of that request. So be blessed, be welcome. For returning friends, you know the drill. For new friends that have just found this channel, please feel welcome. This is a safe space where we only send love and encouragement. We're all about being our authentic selves, which allows others to have permission to be their authentic selves as well. If you haven't already subscribed and you feel so inclined, I would love for you to do that and like this video. This is not a monetized channel. It'll never be monetized. It's just to get this information out to as many people as possible who are looking for some guidance and clarification. And it helps the YouTube algorithm do that. So that's the whole thing for that. And now we're all done with that. We can go on to our reading. Today's card is a very interesting card, and if you're just getting this reading when it's been uploaded, even though these are all timeless readings, today is the 4/8/24 complete solar eclipse and comet arrival all at the same time. Lots of energy out there and about. The retrograde is going on. I did a video yesterday about that. I'm not going to put a link to it unless the card in the book says something about, working with planetary forces or something like that. But let's just look at the card that we've got right here before we go into the book and see what the extended reading is. But I do always like to take the opportunity to actually get the energy from the image, from the card itself. I've said it before, it's like a portal, between you and me, where this information goes out and connects from me to you. So if you have an opportunity, kind of put your hand over the image, get a feel for the energy. Obviously, the power of lightning itself can be very destructive. There are rarely times where lightning in and of itself, not electricity per se, but just lightning, usually kind of wreaks havoc. It starts fires and it's loud. Animals tend to, go run and hide. And people also kind of do. For me, I love the energy of lightning storms, but I think we understand it's kind of the exhilaration, it's the thrill of being in contact with something that is so out of control that we have no control over. Scientists still don't even understand all of the ramifications of electricity and lightning on its own, just by itself. We always thought lightning came out of the clouds. We never realized it actually comes up from the ground, So all sorts of crazy things about lightning in particular, but electricity in general, as we know, can be destructive. But it can also be, it's the way that I'm getting this information to you, by electricity, right? From the computer, from the cell phone towers, from all of that stuff. It's all powered by electricity, which lightning is a form of. But I have a feeling that we're going to be looking at, I haven't looked at the book yet. Let's go ahead and do that. But I have a feeling that this card's going to be talking about just being careful around power and its uses. So let's see what it says in the book. We are looking at lightning, which represents power, and this is from the Stephen D. Farmer Earth Magic Oracle deck. We see power all around us. It's in the mountains, meadows, and clouds. In fact, in every expression of nature. Yet there isn't a more dramatic display of nature's power than lightning. It electrifies and splits the atmosphere such that when the heated air comes rushing together, we hear thunder, the applause of the gods. Lightning sharpens our senses and triggers fear and awe. We see these forked beams of brilliant light jump from the sky, and our instinctual vigilance is triggered in anticipation of the roar that follows. We naturally seek shelter from the storm, or are grateful that we are already being sheltered. This demonstration of the power of creation is yet another way to remind us that we are not in control of the natural world. When we witness nature's power with open hearts and minds, we see that it is neither destructive nor constructive. It simply is. The power available to you, the force of life itself, is neutral. It is neither inherently good nor bad. It is how you utilize it that will determine whether it is ultimately harmful or life-giving, and congruent with the will of spirit that pulses through you. What is required is awareness of your intention, your values, and your willingness to act on them under the particular circumstances of your inquiry. Although you may see yourself using this power for good, do not allow yourself to get caught up in the duality of good or bad in determining your decision or action. Through prayer or ceremony, you can tap into this spiritual force, and by paying close attention to Spirit's prompting, your choice will ultimately be revealed to you, one that is beyond your typical perspective. From there, you can continue to access this divine power that is the very force driving the universe. Wow. Okay. So, yes, very much so what I was thinking, suspecting, feeling from the energy of the card, recognizing power and understanding our 3D world is a world of duality. It's a world of polarity. We have good and bad, right and wrong, black and white, light and dark, right? Healing and destructive, or creative and destructive. They're all just different pieces, different spectrums of a particular line, shall we say. So in the black and white or the light and dark, those are all just aspects of the light quotient in a particular area, right? Neither good nor bad. If you are sleeping, dark is a good thing. You like dark, usually. Okay? I know there are some folks that's an exception to. No worries. But for the majority of people, dark and sleep go together. Dark when you're driving and you have no light, for some reason your lights on your car aren't working, or you're walking somewhere on a mountain, you're lost and it's dark. Then dark is not necessarily something that you want. So that's just a very simple example. The point is that light and dark don't necessarily mean good and bad. There are a lot of things in our world that we can look at, bombings and murder and destruction and harm and all of that. And we can understand that those are not things we want in our life. But do you understand the difference between discernment and judgment? Discernment simply says, this is for me. This matches my energy, it matches my intention, and it matches my purpose. And if those three things aren't happening, you simply don't choose that thing. So you don't choose to pay attention to the bombings. You don't choose to pay attention to the shootings. You don't choose to pay attention to that stuff. It's not that you're ignoring them. You simply don't give them your energy, because your energy is precious. This is literally the creation energy right here. Okay? You want it being put towards things that are healing, that are loving, that are all about you being your best self for your highest and greatest good, and for the highest and greatest good of all. And that's all. That's the only guide we need to go by. Not good and bad, right and wrong, lawful, unlawful, none of that human 3D stuff needs to come into this question. It is simply a matter of, if it's coming from love, if it's healing, then that's where you want to go. Otherwise, you don't want to go there. It's very simple. Understanding power, recognizing that we are only in control of what we do, what we think, what we are feeling. That's all we can control. All of that other stuff out there, it's outside of our control as much as we would like it otherwise. We cannot control the storm. We cannot control the lightning. We cannot control that power. We can simply find a way to use it for the highest and greatest good of all, including ourselves. And that's all. So we use electricity to power hospitals where people are being healed. Okay? Right? There we are with an example of a destructive power being used for good, for healing. So you're going to come across something today. It might be, from the upload day, it might be the solar eclipse. There might be a lot of energy going on inside of you, inside of your life. Let it go, let it flow. What you cannot control, don't worry about it. What you can control is what you are thinking, what you are doing, and how you are feeling. That's it. And that's what you're in charge of. That's what you're responsible for. And once you take responsibility for that, now you're in control of that power. Okay? So that is our energy reading for the day. I do hope that this blessed you. Feel free to share in the comments if this resonated with you. If there's anything you'd like us to pray over or send you energy on. I love doing that with you guys. Thank you so much. And have a blessed day. This is going to be an excellent day. All right? You will make it so. I love you, and ciao for now.